Hi, this is John, aka Snap-on John 100, and this is my new channel, John's Pipe Journey. I was sitting out here on this gorgeous day, and I was doing a little bit of whittling and comparing two knives, and what I was doing was I was making a bow and drill set, because that's one of the ways I compare a knife, just in case you're out and you don't have any way of making a fire. And the two knives I'm comparing is, this one is a Bark River Aurora, and it has, the steel is a super steel CPM crew wear, and it is, the scales are antique ivory linen micarta, and it's got blue inserts. You can see it's extremely ergonomic. As it fits in your hand perfectly. The other one I was comparing was a LT Wright GNS. It also has ergonomic scales. They're green canvas micarta with orange inserts, and the steel of this is CPM 3V, which is also a super steel. This has a Scandi grind, the other one has a convex grind, and I just wanted to see which one I liked the best, so I was just whittling a little bit. I got the idea because I ran out of lighter fluid this morning. I was trying to start my first pipe of the day, and I thought, okay, what if I couldn't get any lighter fluid? The matches I have aren't any good. I don't know what happened to them. The white tip on them, or strike anywhere, the white tip on them just mushes away. So I think they must have gotten moisture or something. But anyway, they're non-functional. So I thought, what if I could make some sort of little fire with a bow and drill, because I misplaced my flint and steel kit that I used before. So today I'm going to try to see if I can create an ember with a bow and drill, which is basically rubbing two sticks together. The way it works is you're actually twisting or drilling two pieces of soft wood together, and it grinds away super fine sawdust and creates a lot of heat through the friction. So I'm going to do that today and see if it works. I'm not sure if I can do it or not. Thank you, Dave. This is day 3 of my fast. The side effect I've been having, though, is I've been getting super dizzy. So if I just like fall over, stay with me. I probably will regain consciousness fairly quickly. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to try to see if I can create a notch in this. This is called the hearth board. You might hear people call it a hearth board. It's actually pronounced hearth board because it's named after the part of the fireplace that comes out into the room that's usually made out of marble or sometimes polished concrete, some sort of non-flammable stone to catch embers, and also in case when you're cleaning it out, so like the mess doesn't go on anything that's flammable. So this is a hearth board. This is the spindle. This is the bow. I just made this out of a piece of oak. It's actually quarter round, and then this is a piece of paracord, and the bearing block is what you hold and give downward pressure on. This is one that I designed with another guy that's made out of aluminum and some bearings and a stainless steel conical insert. You can use anything just for the bearing block that is smooth and pretty frictionless. Fat wood is something that, because it has so much resin in it, it burnishes and becomes slippery, and so you can use a piece of fat wood. If you don't know what that is, I have a video on my Snap-on Jod 100 talking about fat wood. So if you just go on the playlist, you could probably find it pretty easy. But you can use shot glass. You could use a crumpled up can, like an aluminum soda can. Anything that you can get on top of this to be a fairly frictionless surface. You want this frictionless up here and all the friction down here. So let me go ahead and start carving on this piece of wood. I'll try to make sure I stay in the frame. This is the convex ground Bark River Aurora with CPM crew wear. What I'm doing is I'm carving a notch, and the bits of fine wood dust will fall down through this notch down to the bottom and be collected on top of you can use a leaf. I've got a piece of leather that I call it my welcome mat. To create fire, you got to have three things. You got to have oxygen, you have to have fuel, and you have to have heat. And so I could get a lot of smoke, but it might not start, and that's because it's being starved for oxygen. The fuel is the wood dust, the heat is the friction from my spinning. So it's taking my physical energy and transferring it to heat energy. This knife's doing a pretty good job. They're both so sharp that they'll slice paper effortlessly. This is the Scandi Ground LT Wright GNS, and it's CPM 3V, which is also super steel, and it's got the Scandi grind, which is great for wood carving. It's more delicate, but it really works with wood pretty well. And I'm starting towards the center of this piece of wood so that I can always cut away from myself. If I started way out here, I wouldn't have anything to hold on to switch hands, so I'd have to stay with this and cut toward myself. So that's a knife safety tip. Always remember to cut away from yourself, because when it slips, you're using a lot of pressure usually, and I'm on blood thinners, so I always have to be aware of that. I hope I'm staying in frame for this. If I get out of frame, yell to me so that hopefully I can hear you and stop and lift up the piece of wood so it's closer to eye level for you. Okay, what I've done is I burned a spot on there ahead of time, and the point of the V notch goes to about the center of that black spot, and that's the spot where the spindle is going to be drilling. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chamfer the leading edge on the bottom to allow more oxygen to come in. And what I'm doing now is called a push cut. It's where you're not cutting just with your other hand, you're using that to hold the knife, and you're pushing the back of the blade with your thumb. So it gives you more control. Okay, that's about it. Sometimes you have to modify this to get it to work right. It also has to, this notch has to be fairly smooth-sided so the dust is free to fall in there. So I'm going to go with this and we'll see how it works. What I've got here, I'm going to use this for a coal extender. This is some cedar bark, and I collected that actually a pretty long time ago. But I'm going to put the little ember into this stuff. I'm not going to make it's not going to be flaming up, but it will make that little coal last longer so that I can use it. Every time I have to light my pipe, I don't want to have to start all over with this. It's too much work. Oh, here's the welcome mat I'm using. And I also wanted to carve a little bit off of this bottom piece. I'm going to have to go in where it's not as windy, because out here I don't think I can have a match work wind-wise. So I'm going to have to turn this off and go inside my screened-in porch. And if I can't figure out how to link the two videos together, this is going to be part one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get my leather welcome mat. I just made that out of the tip of a belt, left one of the holes, and put a ring through it. And I'm going to move you over here. Right. Let's see if I have enough stamina to do this. Gotta make sure you breathe. Oh no. There wasn't enough. There wasn't quite enough heat, so I got to put a little more juice behind it. Praise the Lord. Okay, safety first. I'm gonna put these knives back in their sheaths. They both performed flawlessly and were real comfortable. So either one would be a fantastic choice. Okay, I've got this cedar I'm gonna put in this little pan. It's actually the lid to my ashtray. Then got to carry it into the other area, so I'm gonna have to cut you off again, but I want to at least have you see me put this coal into it so you can see that there was no editing skullduggery. Here's my little coal. And I'm just gonna let the wind kind of blow on it. Ow, it's hot. I'm gonna let the wind blow on it to help it catch the cedar. Gotta be careful not to smother it. Okay, I think that'll work. So now I'm going to take you guys inside my screened-in porch. Okay, now I'm inside screened-in porch so it's not as windy. Wow, that about did me in. Getting old is not for the faint-hearted. Okay, I've got GLP's Chelsea Morning in my Missouri Meerschaum Charlestown cobbler with a red tortoiseshell stem. So I already lit it and it went out, and then I realized I had no more lighter fluid and my matches sucked. So I thought, hey, I'm gonna see if I could start one out in the middle of nowhere. Say the whole country collapses. Can I still smoke a pipe? Who cares about being able to boil water or cook your food? But the pipe is the most important thing. So let me try this. I'll hold this up so you can see. Here's my little smudge pot. There we go. I don't want that to stay. Okay. It worked. And you see I still have my little smudge pot, so anytime it goes out, I'll just pull another match out. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Once again, my other channel is Snap On John 100, all stuck together. I'll put a link to it in the description box. if you want to learn how to start a fire with a bow and drill or flint and steel or anything like that, fire piston, I've got lots of videos on self-reliance and wilderness survival techniques, plus backpacking, hammock, camping, and the like. So if you're interested in any of those things, oh, plus I've been collecting fixed bladed knives my entire life. I have a few folding knives, but I've pretty much liked fixed bladed knives better. So I've got a lot of knife reviews on that other channel, and I'll try to sneak some knives into this channel as well. Yeah, you got to be cognizant of it going out. This video was brought to you by the YouTube pipe community and, most importantly, Team Freedom, which stands for the vast majority of us Americans who are fed up with all of the woke garbage that's being forced down our throats, like that's supposed to be normal. So we're finally starting to stand up and speak out against that. Until we meet again, God bless.